Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a wise farmer named John. He was known far and wide for his wisdom and kindness. People from neighboring villages often came to him seeking advice, and he was always happy to help. One hot summer day, a group of young boys approached John, eager to learn from his wisdom. John smiled and said, "I have a special lesson to teach you today. Follow me." The boys eagerly followed him to his field. As they reached the field, John picked up 3 earthen pots. He filled the first pot with water, the second with pebbles, and the third remained empty. He placed all 3 pots in a row and asked the boys to observe closely. "Now, let me show you the first pot," said John. He started pouring water into it until it was filled to the brim. The boys watched the water flow out of the pot's bottom, leaving a trail of wet soil behind. John then turned to the second pot, filled it with pebbles, and shook it. The pebbles made a rattling sound as they hit the sides of the pot. Finally, John picked up the empty pot. He asked the boys, "What do you think will happen when I pour water into this empty pot?" One of the boys replied, "The water will stay in the pot." John nodded and started pouring water into the empty pot. The water stayed, and not a drop spilled out. The boys were amazed. John smiled and explained, "Each of these pots is like a person's heart. The first pot, filled with water, represents those who are full of love, kindness, and compassion. They overflow with goodness and spread it to others, just like the water that flowed out of the pot." He continued, "The second pot, filled with pebbles, represents those who are filled with anger, jealousy, and negative emotions. When life shakes them, they rattle with negativity and harm themselves and those around them." John pointed to the empty pot and said, "The third pot is like a person who has an empty heart, free from grudges and negativity. When love and kindness are poured into their heart, it stays and fills them, making them better and those around them better." The boys understood the lesson and felt grateful for the wisdom John had shared. They decided to fill their hearts with love, kindness, and compassion